Hello, Plus League fans. Thank you for tuning into the Kuan and Ryan show. Today we'll be introducing the Group A representatives from the Korean Basketball League, the Anyang Jeonggwanjeong Red Boosters. Formerly known as the Anyang Kgc, they dominated the East Asia Super League's championship week in the March of 2023. And Omari Spellman won Finals MVP and was really the top performer in the entire tournament.
Well, yeah, the Braves played against Anyang last year in the Champions Week, so I think fans in Taiwan are at least familiar with their play style, their players. But speaking on Omari Spellman, he dropped 53 points in the tournament last year, so, and ultimately, like you said, he led them to the ultimate glory. I think this year they're still going to be at least in the competition in terms of, getting out into the Final Four, at least, in my opinion. But going back into maybe domestically, they won the KBL championship last year as well. Went to 7 games, but still won. So they won in both the EASL competition and the KBL.
And they happened to beat the SK Knights too at both times.
Yeah, the other team that we'll talk about in the future. But there is a caveat in here in that they lost 3 starters as soon as the KBL finals ended. And one of the players, the point guard, Jung-Young Bion, is actually in military service right now. In Korea, it's mandatory, like similar in Taiwan. Yeah, but he's considered their starting point guard, their star guard on the Korean national team, but losing him this year is going to be big. And going back to Omari Spellman again, I assume he's going to come back at one point or the other, but right now it's estimated that he's going to be out for at least 6 to 8 weeks. So, in my opinion, the Anyang is going to have the roughest time in terms of maybe getting their footing in the early parts of the season just because of the roster change and the injuries.
All right. Well, when it comes to the Korean Basketball League, the KBL, they're a 10-team league, and they play each 54 regular season games before advancing to their playoff formats, which accumulates in a best of 7 finals. So it's quite a long season for them as well, and we'll see how they progress on through that. But in the meantime, who are they going to feature, though, on their roster?
Now, I think if you ask me who the most important or key player to watch this year, I would say it's Renz Abando. First of all, he's the Asian import. But I think, like I said, he was on the team last year, and I think fans are not unfamiliar with him. He actually went viral during the FIBA World Cup in 2023 because just in terms of his vertical and, his all-around play style, he's kind of the fan favorite there. And I say him because if you look at his age, he's only 25. He is also on the Philippines national team known as the Gilas. Right now, with so much injury and so much roster change on the team, I think Abando has a chance to really step in and kind of be the glue guy. He's kind of known for a dual-all player. He can score, he can defend. I think this season is a prime chance for him to kind of grow on his two-way potential. So I would say, hey, he is the player to watch.
Would he be arguably like one of the most important Asian imports across all the leagues we're talking about, and of course the East Asia Super League competition? I mean, he's got to be up there.
He's got to be up there. Yeah, he's got to be up there. He has a lot of potential.
Well, that'll certainly be interesting to kind of get to understand the fan base of both Abando and also of Anyang this year. Of course, coming off trying to defend the title, but trying to continue on that success, which they do have a strong culture of basketball with that particular club, and they have the East Asia Super League Championship Week title to show for it as well.
Right.
Well, do we want to kind of dive in real briefly to what can we expect out of any Korean team then?
Do you mean in terms of Group A or Group B?
Well, sir, just of how they play, of how they kind of think of basketball, how they approach it in Korea.
Right. So I think people that watch Asian basketball probably knows that Korea basketball is very fundamentally sound, emphasizes on shooting. Their most famous thing right now is probably they bank their free throws and shoots a high percentage. So that's kind of the thing. But yeah, I think if we go back to Anyang a little bit, I think those traits are definitely still evident on that team. And one thing I'll add on to that is that I think the other strength they have besides shooting is their championship pedigree. They have a pretty stable system in place right now. They're a 4-time KBL champion. So I think even with the shuffling of the roster, I think you can at least expect a very high floor, if not a high ceiling for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. KBL's got a strong legacy of basketball in the region, founded 1997.
Right.
So Anyang is the first team on our list. We'll be excited to see them once again in the East Asia Super League competition. I think that'll do it for now for this episode. Thank you for watching. Fans, don't forget, always gotta like, always gotta leave a comment, and let us know through the Plus League broadcast channel on Instagram what you think or what questions you have. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.